once was a Union maid who never was afraid of the goons and the kings and the company pinks and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the Union Hall when meeting it was called, and when those company goons came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me.
I grew up in a small town in southern New Jersey, surrounded by my brothers. My mom worked the 3 to 11 shift. My dad was a butcher and a union man. We were Republicans. Here's my little brother Joe on a family trip to Washington, D.C. Our dad wanted us to meet the greatest living American, Senator Joe McCarthy. Well, I left that small town and was very lucky to go to Antioch College in Ohio. It was the 60s. I learned about class and race and America's role in the world. But the movement that touched me the most was the women's liberation movement. I met Jim Klein in my only film class. The way the media portrayed the women's movement, we realized we had to tell our own stories.
I will follow him wherever he may go.
I would say a young wife should be neat and clean and attractive as possible. The wife should not expect the husband to do any housework, like wash dishes, clean the house. She should be kind and courteous. She should have a pleasant attitude about life in general.
So we made this movie. But how to get it out into the world? We learned to do it ourselves. We started New Day Films, a co-op of independent filmmakers. I even wrote a book. New Day kept growing. New Day is still going strong with over 100 filmmakers in a democratic worker-owned company.
1 and 1 is 2.
And I kept making films.
Baby, 2 and 2 is 4. I'm going out tonight, I'll be back, baby, and I walk on through the front door, singing, come on. Baby, do you wanna go?
Hi, remember me? I'm the person who's doing the film. Well, I was calling back to see if you decided yet whether you'd be willing to do an interview with us for the film. Uh-huh.
But then I said, if I die, why shouldn't there be a record?
How could I have been so good when I was active and be so bad because I tell them I'm a communist?
I really believe it's better to put your cards on the table.
Of all the people who were talking about solving problems and programs and so forth, when there was a picket line, they were out front.
I don't care if it was on 14th Street, 42nd Street, 34th Street, every community. There was some guy up in that soapbox going away, you know, the working class, the capitalist class has nothing in common, nothing. You know, and you'd ponder that. You thought about it, you say, Jesus, that's so right. Them son of a bitches up there eating the filet mignon and we're down here eating burnt liver.
Everybody's worried about me. My aunts, my uncles, my mom. If my dad was still living, he'd be worried about me.
Now that he's progressing in his weight, he sees the difference in his health. But when he was wanting to not take pills and throwing pills out the window and flushing them down the toilet and didn't want to drink the Ensure and didn't want the TPN, and it was a big difference in his health because he stayed sick.
Yeah, I talked with the doctors yesterday, Tim, and they said no rides that turn you upside down.
How funny, because I talked
no
to
roller coasters.
Too.
We gotta get on this again. We gotta get on this again.
We went to a meeting and seen on closed circuit TV that they were shutting the plant down, and he got
we're all shocked. I'm just kind of shocked.
I grew up in Tennessee with nothing, you know, and I lived in the East End of Dayton when I came here with nothing. You know, and then I got this job. My mother-in-law got me this job, you know, and now I live in a nice house in a nice neighborhood.
I thought I was going to retire from GM, and it didn't work out that way. So now I have to do something else.
I don't know. I couldn't see myself going back to school. You know, not after doing this. This has been my life. You know, I'm a factory worker. I'm proud of it.